Hello everyone, how are you all? After a long time, I'm going to do a portrait painting this time with watercolor. So be there with me till end to know some tips and tricks for watercolor. Some of my friends and students wanted me to create a video from the starting, from the drawing part itself. So this video will be a little bit longer, and I'm going to explain all the things in detail. So if you watch this video till end, you will to know a lot of tips and tricks regarding watercolor, and it will be an interesting journey for you also. So be there with me. And if you want to know everything about watercolor very quickly, then this video is not for you, because any kind of art takes a lot of time to understand and takes a lot of time to perform. And after doing several practice only, you will be able to know tips and tricks and all the techniques and the flow. All the things will be coming after several practices. So you have to be little bit patient to understand. So let's start. I am using the freehand technique for the drawing. If you want, you can take help of the graph, or sometimes I have seen some people try to take the tracing technique also. But I like to do the freehand drawings, so I'm doing here like that. And less eraser use will be helpful for watercolor. So using the very light pencil here, it is 2H number, which is the hardest one. Just you will be getting some lines, but it will not create the black uh, dirt in your sheet. So for watercolor, our drawing should be very very light. I have mentioned this in my previous videos also, and I always try to say the same thing, because when we apply the color, our pencil line should not be seen once our color application done. In watercolor, that is the challenge I have seen many people face, because they try to draw very dark. So that's why, as light as you choose your pencil, your drawing will be neat and clean. So I'm using the 2H pencil here. And for any kind of painting, I think little sketching and little drawing practice is very very important. I try to do sketching practice every day. Sometimes I do for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, sometimes only for just 1 minute. I don't count my time, but I try to do little line practice almost for every day, so that I can do any kind of drawing very easily. I should not feel so difficult when I try to draw something. So here also I try to do some practice of human figure, like these hand posture or like face, those kind of things we should practice often, so that we can understand the anatomy, human figure anatomy and other stuff. So according to me, if you say, I prefer drawing and sketching before doing the coloring process. And this image is taken from the Pixabay, and there is, I don't think it is a harm or it is a bad thing of taking reference from photographs and all. we should always take reference if you don't have any live object in front of you. We can definitely go for the reference picture. So I'm taking a photograph here as my reference. And a lot of things we learn when we do one object painting or any one human figure painting, anything, whenever we do something, we learn a lot of things. We learn from our experience. Whatever I couldn't learn in my last painting, I may be going to learn that in this painting. So it is a never-ending process. Learning is a never-ending process for any kind of form, like either in study or any subject. So the same thing happens in the art also. Every time I do watercolor, I learn something new. Sometimes about the sheets, sometimes about the brush technique, or sometimes the water quality, or sometimes about the colors. Something than the other we can learn. As much as we practice, we'll learn more. My background first tone is almost done. Every object is having a background. Whatever I am seeing in this world, every object, each and every object is having a background, and all the backgrounds creates a very interesting role for the object. So I'm trying to give same kind of importance to the background also. This background may be going to help me to enhance my main object. So trying to work on the background. As this is the month of March, my colors are drying so fast. Trying to use more water here. So that's why I'm using the thick brush. I'm using flat brush for the background area. And for the water wash, normal water wash, I'm using 63 mm, the broad one, and other the flat brush, whatever you have seen here, it is 12 number. For this kind of broad areas, I always prefer the flat brush. We don't get the unwanted marks if we use flat brush. And to do lot of other stuff also, we can use flat brush, which we can save a lot of time. And this picture is from Gujarat. I guess in the background I have seen something is written in Gujarati. And in Gujarat, in village areas, if you see people wear white turbans, and quite huge turban they wear, and those are so beautiful. And actually, India is completely a diverse country. So we are so lucky to be Indian, that we are always inside uh, colorful people. Not only people, everywhere, wherever we see a lot of color, a lot of vibrant colors actually. If we see most of the areas outside India, they actually scared of using colors. But India is having like a flood of like colors, vibrant colors. That's why uh, it is very interesting to do this kind of painting. Now, though this man is wearing white, I will try to give the light and shade effect here. If sharp light is there, how it will look. If little bit shadow is there, how it will look. This will be a completely experiment, as I have already mentioned before. So for that, I'm just trying to use a little wash, a little gray colored wash in the shadow areas. If you like my video, please hit the like button so that I can give you this kind of videos regularly. And your one like encourages us a lot to do more. And please comment here and let me know how you do painting or what is your technique. I will be happy to know that. And if you have any question, you can definitely ask me here at the bottom comment section. I will be happy to answer your questions also. Now, when selecting the brush, I want to say something about that. These brushes are whatever I am using, those are the nylon brushes. Nylon brushes are very good for watercolor, and the water consistency whatever needed for the paper, it can hold properly. These nylon brushes are very smooth. We don't get any extra lines or uh, less water, more water. That problem is not there. So the actual required water amount that these brushes can hold. So when we buy these brushes, we should always check that for watercolor how much thickness should be there. Does these brushes are capable of holding the water or not? These kind of things we should check before buying the brush. And nowadays it is very good that we get all the range in the one set, just like from 0 to 12 or 14. So it is helpful for any kind of do it is helpful for doing any kind of painting here. And few uh, paintings need very thin brush. There also these nylon brushes works very well. And regarding the paper, for watercolor, paper should be thick. So when we buy the sheets, we should always check the thickness of the paper. It says GSM. A lot of students ask me what is GSM. It's mentioned somewhere it is 300 GSM, somewhere it says 200 GSM, 250 GSM, and something like that. So what is that? Actually, it is in simply if I say that is the thickness of the sheet. So what for watercolor I'm using 300 GSM, which is 25% cotton mix, that watercolor sheet. We can get better quality watercolor sheets also. But these are very good for the beginners, whatever I'm using now. So after several practices, watercolor sheets will be very good for the artist actually. If you do 2-3 times practice, you will feel good when you work on the watercolor sheets. Sometimes we see a lot of watermarks and looking dirty kind of paintings when we do watercolor. If we know about the water flow and water consistency for the paper, we can definitely control that part. So after doing 2-3 times, you will be able to understand the paper also. And for that, practice is the main key again. If you do 2-3 times practice in the same quality paper, you will be able to know the water consistency, what is required for that particular paper. I prefer doing watercolor in layers. Now I am trying to do the layers in my face. This time I'm going to grab the darker areas in the face. So as this person is little bit old, I will have to mm, try. I will have to make the wrinkles also. We'll have to get the look of that old man face, and there will be a lot of light and shade in this face. So trying to grab that. If it is not happening, that is okay. If it is happening, I'm happy. I never thought like, oh my God, I have spoiled this one. I have done so many paintings. Few paintings always comes out well. Few paintings always not up to the mark. But every painting is teaching me something new. So I never scared of doing something which is new actually, because if we get scared, we will never learn anything. So if it is not looking good, that is okay, but we should not leave it there, or we should not get scared of doing more or doing the experiment. Sometimes we feel like, okay, this much I have done, I'm getting scared to do the second tone. It should not be like that. We will never learn in that way. If we do, and if we try something, then only we will be able to learn the new thing. This thing I say every time to my students also, whoever is learning from me, because experiment always should be done. Whatever I'm doing, I should not think that this is final and this is the best painting that I have done. I have not done anything best in my life till now, because I know everything. Every time when I'm doing, 10 people liking it and 20 maybe not liking it. So it is not just like I have done something and I have completed and that is my final one. Every time you should try to learn something new, and experiment always should be there in each and every step. Either you are doing any drawing or sketching or coloring or mixing the colors, or um, preparation of your sheets, anywhere. If we do little experiment, we will be able to learn more. It is very good to see others painting. I have already said this in my previous videos also. If we see some good work from done by somebody else, we always get motivated to do something more and something new. It is really good and really helpful to see other artists work always. Sometimes what we feel, okay, if I will see somebody doing something else, I will lose my creativity. It is not uh, like that actually. My creativity will be always with me, and I will be able to get more ideas if I see somebody else's work. And whenever I see on Instagram that a lot of artists always post their new work, and I get so much motivated. I get so much uh, interest in that, and I feel like doing something new. And this social media power is so very strong nowadays and so very helpful that we can be able to see a lot of different artists work at the same time, and we can interact with them, and we can talk to them, and like we can understand their techniques, and we can uh, share our thoughts. It is so very great thing nowadays that we are getting help from social media. There are a lot of things that I have seen, or a lot of new techniques I have learned from social media, from Instagram and so on, from YouTube. And every day I'm getting motivation from the other artist. And in before, when Instagram or Facebook were not there, we used to see the books uh, done by written by someone, and those are very limited, and they always prefer to show the paintings of the famous, those few numbers are there, uh, those famous artist books only, or those famous artist paintings only being published in those books. So we were not having that much of exposure. Now social media is giving us this opportunity to learn from many artists and many different forms and many different reason and many different topics and subjects and techniques, and a lot more or and creativity, lot more things we are learning from the social media. So I always prefer, and always suggest that we should always see them, to see their work and get inspiration. But I'm not saying them like saying to copy from them, but if we see their work, we get new ideas when we do. You can follow me on Instagram also, and with the same name I have account in Instagram. I will be giving my link in the description box, and in the description box itself I will be placing my I have already placed my all the other videos link, watercolor video is link, or pencil drawing techniques links. If you want, you can check those. It is really nice if I get to know somebody is like getting help from my videos. It is an achievement for me. So if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. And I post my videos every weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday. And this kind of watercolor techniques I mostly share. Sometimes I share my drawing technique and drawing videos also. If you want, you can check my playlist, whatever is mentioned in the description box. Please provide a comment, and let me know what kind of thing you like in my video, and what are the new thing you want to see in my channel, so that I can prepare for that. And please hit the like button in this video, Does your one like encourage me more to do more work? My painting is done now. This is the most satisfying time for me to remove the tapes. Once I remove my tapes, it gives me the final look of this painting because it looks very neat and clean from the sides and you get the proper border of the sheet. And now this painting is looking good to me. Thank you for watching this video till end. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.